Hey man, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Fine, thanks.
Good.
Deez Nuts was born out of the hiatus of I Killed Your Prom Queen. Instead of sitting behind your drum kit, you're the vocalist now. Yep. How did it all start back in 07?
Prom Queen broke up. I got really bored really quickly, not being creative and not making music and stuff. So it took me a couple of weeks until I started making demos, recorded those demos, put them out, the label picked them up, and then that became the first EP for Deez Nuts, and then everything just kind of snowballed up to that point.
And you recorded it all on your own first EP?
Yeah, the first EP, or first demo, first EP, and the first two full-length albums, everything up until About It was just me.
Okay, that's nice. Because some of the band members live in New York City.
Yep.
How do you do that while you're going to practice or something?
Oh, we never practice. There's two of the guys, Will and Alex, both live in New York City and Staten Island. And yeah, we meet up in Europe. We're going to be touring in Europe, or we'll go on from, like after this tour in Europe, we go on to Australia to do another tour, so they'll obviously just come with us, and then they'll go home afterwards, or we'll go somewhere to write, or whatever might happen. But we spend so much time away from home anyway that doesn't really matter. Like, they could be based in Dubai and we could be based in London, and we'd still make it work, you know what I mean? Like, we're always traveling.
Yeah. So you're basically always together.
Yeah.
You released the new album About It in April. Can you tell us more about the record?
Yeah. More than what?
Well, what's about basically?
Okay. I can tell you about it. Yeah, it's pretty much what you'd expect from a Deez Nuts album, but better. I think it's like a more polished version of what we've done in the past. This is the first album. Like I said, I used to write and record everything by myself. Now it's the whole band working together, writing and recording as a group, which is helped the band grow a little bit, and working with a better production team as well gave us a much more sort of polished and tight sound. So yeah, it's what you can expect from a DN album. There's party songs, there's a few pissed off songs, there's some fast songs, there's some there's some anthems in there. It's what you would expect from us, but just bigger and better.
And what inspired you to write this new album?
That we hadn't written an album in a couple of years. we were due to write an album, you know what I mean? Like, we've been touring for a long time on the old material, and have been actually a couple of years, I think, since this Wants For You came out, maybe close to 3 years. So yeah, we were definitely due for a new album, and I guess yeah, just that time between, we were just itching to write new stuff, so that was the inspiration.
How did your recording process go?
It was different to before, because it was the first time doing it together as a group. Excuse me. We recorded in Cape Cod, just outside of Boston, Massachusetts, at a studio called the Brickhead House with our friend Shane Frisbee. And yeah, we went down there and we recorded everything together, which was a much easier thing for me, because usually in the past I'd done the drums and then the guitars and then the bass and then the vocals, so it was a very draining thing, whereas this time around everybody was doing their own parts, so I had a lot more time to just work on my vocals and think about stuff like that. And it was a really enjoyable process. It was fun.
Okay. Which song on the album is your favorite and why?
I don't really have a particular favorite, I don't think. If I had to pick one, we actually listened to the album today just in the car for the first time in a long time, just because we hadn't listened to it for ages. And today I probably would say that I enjoyed, there's a song on there called What We Eat Don't Make You Shit. That was probably the one I enjoyed listening to the most today, because it's like the fastest and the most aggressive. And yeah, I like that song today, so today that's my favorite.
Okay. There were some very short songs on the album. Mm-hmm. Were you trying to break a world record?
No, we weren't trying to break a world record, but we might have. We should probably look that up. We may have broken the world record. Yeah. But no, that's just like, we like to throw in those short, fast, aggressive songs, because it kind of keeps it interesting and mixes things up. And also you can kind of get your point across in a short amount of time. And bands have been doing that for a long time. That's nothing new. That's like, something that we picked up from bands that have been doing that for generations before us. It's just something that we like to chuck in there.
Yeah, okay, but it doesn't seem easy to put a whole song in 9 seconds.
No, it's not. It's a challenge, but it's it's fun.
Tonight you're playing a sold-out show in Patronaat. This isn't your first time in Haarlem. How does it feel to be back here?
It feels great. as soon as we rocked up and we recognised the venue, we remember playing here before on the Never Say Die tour a couple of years back, and that was awesome. So we were excited because as soon as we seen the place, we remembered having a good time here before. So it was great to be back, and hopefully tonight will be a good time as well.
Yeah, and you're playing tonight. You're playing in the cafe of this venue.
Yeah.
So there are only 100 people. How does that feel to play? Yeah, for 100 people.
That's awesome, man. If we can play a packed out small room, everyone's going wild. That's a really good time for us. Because on this tour, it's like because it's a festival tour. These are the off days, so it's a huge contrast to be playing to, you know, like the other day we played in Belgium to, at a festival that held 60,000 people, and we probably played to about like 10,000 of those people. So going from 10,000 people to 100 people is a really cool feeling, you know what I mean? You get both sides of the scale, and you get to enjoy both sides of it, because you lose that intimacy playing those big shows that you get from playing the smaller floor shows to 100 people, so it's really cool.
Since you're playing all over the world, you have been to a lot of places. Is there a place you've never been but would really like to go to?
Yeah, we would like to go to South America and to a lot, because, well, from what we can work out, we have a fan base down there, and we've heard nothing but good things from friends of ours that tour down there. And also there's some local activities that we'd like to partake in that are quite easy to get hold of and stuff.
Local activities,
yeah.
If you could pick any band or artist, who would you like to work with in the future?
We've already worked with a lot of the dudes that we want to work with, but I would definitely say that on the next album it would be really cool to work with. We've already worked with Wayne from Hate Breed, but we'd really like to work with Jasta from Hate Breed on the song, hopefully on the next album. And maybe some people that were going to appear on this album but we couldn't work it out for whatever reasons, time permitting and whatnot. Toby from H2O and Skinner Rob from Transplants. Hopefully we'll get to get them on this album because they're supposed to be on this album. That'd be cool.
Is it difficult to combine your vegan lifestyle with touring?
Yeah, it is. It's not at home, because at home, like in Australia, it's not, because I know where everything is. I know, you know, where to go, no matter where I'm at, because I've been there a million times before. But you know, I've been here a million times now as well. It's still a struggle because we pretty much only stop for food at gas stations, and that leaves, you know, pretty slim pickings for what I can what I can choose to eat. But we always get taken really good care of with the catering and stuff like that. So it's not too bad. It sucks during the day. Once we get to the venue, it's usually pretty good.
Okay. And what's your favorite meal on the road?
My favorite meal?
Yeah.
Gin, I guess. Whenever we have good catering, like whenever we stay at certain places, like, you know, some friends of ours will cook for us in certain towns, and when we get catering from them, that's my favorite food. But there's no one particular dish because I never know what I'm going to eat. We don't get to choose. Yeah. They just give it to us. Yeah.
Okay, explain to us what DTD is and how it all started.
It's our crew. It's called Drunk Till Death, and that's what DTD stands for. And it was just a bunch of guys that drink together at a point in time where all the bands, predominantly where I was from, were straight edge guys. Not that I had a problem with that because most of them were my friends, but they all had crews that were straight edge crews, and we kind of not taking the piss, but like we just started a crew of drunks. You know what I mean? Like they've got their crew, their crew, whatever. And then it just kind of manifested into a thing where if you've seen someone that was wearing a DC dog tag, because I toured a lot at that time when people weren't really touring, so I made a lot of friends interstate. And so I gave them all dog tags, then if they ran into another person that had one of those dog tags, even if they didn't know each other, they knew they were going to get along because they were a friend of mine. And that just kind of spawned into more and more people around the world now getting it, and it's still the same thing if you see someone that has that taboo that's, you know, it's a friend of mine or a friend of a friend of mine, or it's, you know, someone in our circle of friends. You know, whether you've met them or not before, you know, you're going to be friends with them, so that's how it goes.
Is there any Australian band that deserves more attention in your opinion?
Relentless, correct. That's why we're taking them out on our next European tour actually. Our boys in Relentless from Sydney. They're going to be opening out a November headlining tour. So yeah, anyone that wants to check them out, that's the time to check them out.
Yeah. If you could give any advice to bands who just started, what would it be? Just
don't. I don't know, man. It's like there's no like. I've been asked this question a million times. There's no like, right? Could you eat those any louder? Do you think? There's no like surefire way to like make success of a band. Or I don't even know what certain people define success for themselves as. So there's no like advice I can give except stick to your own dream. Follow your own passions and write music that you want to write. Don't listen to other people, because when I wrote the DN demo, everyone thought it was ridiculous, and 6 years down the track, we're headlining festivals in Europe. So just follow your own passion, follow your own dream, and that's about the best advice I can give.
That's a good one. Is there anything left you want to say to your Dutch fans?
Yeah, I would like to say thank you to anyone that's supported us in the past, anyone that's continued to support us. And if you haven't checked this out before and you're seeing this, please give us a chance. Listen to a song or two. If you don't like it, you never have to listen to it again, I promise. But if you do like it, come and check us out at a show. That would be awesome.
Hey, thank you for your time, man.
Thank you very much.